Philip Allen Travis, Soul Tribe. How we doing? So this is day one of doing the Om Tat Sat Om mantra. It's raining out. It's a bit chilly in the old apartment, in the old flat. But how am I feeling at the moment? Because that's kind of how you judge if the meditation is, if you're not feeling too hot mentally or physically or whatever, and you meditate, and then when it's done, it's, you feel better, and it's worked. But I feel good as it is. I have my worries about certain things, but some things just have to wait. And you just have to take life one day at a time. So anyway, here's day one of Om Tat Sat Om. Om Tat Sat Om. And I'm going to do this one lying down. As I said last week, I'm going to stop doing the music experiment with the meditation, because it was never actually with the meditation. It was just listening to that style of music during the week, like during the day, see if that affects anything with the meditation, if that affects the meditation. And no. The meditation, from, again, this is just my experience, meditation does help during the day for certain things, but if you're anxious, if you're that type of person who's anxious, who can fly off the handle easily, or if you can, if you're jealous, or if you're sad, if you're, just anything, if you allow things to get to you, basically is what I'm saying. If you allow things to get to you, and I'm not saying I'm any of the above, but if you allow things to get to you, and you meditate in the morning, and then you meditate at night, in between, you're not going to be invincible to those things, that may get to you. It may help. Eventually, once you start getting into the meditation and you start learning to master the mind and getting to know your true self, that may help. But even as the Dalai Lama has said, and we'll get into him at some point, because apparently he said some things that weren't very Buddhist-like, or maybe it is, and we don't understand Buddha, the Buddhist religion as well as we think. But even this gentleman who claims, talks about nirvana, basically annihilation of self, and not with a vest of dynamite and killing yourself and others, just, annihilation of the ego, and, in the spiritual sense. Even this gentleman flies off the handle sometimes, and this guy meditates and all that, and he does mantras, and so, as I said to you before, I can understand why certain religions or certain people would choose to pray 5 times a day. I get that, because it would, if you meditate 5 times a day, you would be really peaceful. I would think you would be. But if you do it twice a day, 10, like I said, I think I'm doing 20 minutes today. I am doing 20 minutes today. I was supposed to, okay. So I'm up in the time today. Forgot about that. So for me now it's 20 minutes. So I'm doing 40 minutes a day of meditation. We'll see how that goes. Because before, and I'm lying down on this one, so hopefully I don't fall back asleep, because I just woke up. And if I do, if I do find myself going back to sleep and not wanting to wake up, then I'll have to stop it. And tomorrow, or tonight, sorry. Well, no, because tonight I'm not going to do it lying down. Tomorrow morning I'll do it sitting up. But just finishing that last thought. If you meditate a couple times a day, that would help you kind of not allow things to get to you, to bug you, and all that. But if you do it once in the morning, once at night, no. And this is getting back to the music, so yes, when I listen to heavy metal, pardon me, yes, when I listened to heavy metal, because that's what I chose, Lamb of God or Carcass or Soil or whatever type of metal I was listening to, Candaria, Snot, Machine Head, whatever. Whatever that song is, whatever that song makes you feel anyway, is what you felt. Because I'm listening to it in the headphones walking around. Now, I could try and not feel anything, but what's the point of listening to that song then? If you don't want to feel that, just don't listen to that song. That's it. Just don't. That's my opinion on that one. Anyway, 6 minutes here. I am going to do the Om Tat Sat Om. Om Tat T-A-T S-A-T-O-M. Mantra meditation. Day 1. Do it lying down, and I'll get back to you as soon as I'm done. I'm doing 20 minutes. Forgot about that. Alrighty. Well, talk to you soon. Take care. Bye. All right. Well, first off, that didn't feel like 20 minutes, so that's good. I did stop doing the mantra after a while. As a matter of fact, I just stopped doing it, and then I realized I wasn't doing it. At that point, I allowed my mind to kind of wander a bit, but then realized what I was doing, and then got back to it. So, I didn't get back to the mantra. I got back to the meditation. I got back to being aware of my thoughts, but not getting caught up in them. That type of thing. It was good. Yeah. At one point, because it's a new it was a new mantra. I forgot what the mantra was. So I had to, it only happened once. So then I just redid the mantra, just did it again. Just remembered what it was, did it again. So it wasn't. That may be something to think about if you're meditating. Stick with one. But then again, you got to find which one works for you, which one you enjoy, which one is more beneficial to you. Obviously, though the idea of a mantra, certain mantras are for certain things, maybe. If you're just going to focus on, let's say, the Om, the OM, or AUM, that's like the God. But from my understanding, that's Amun Ra. So you're praying to the sun, essentially the sun god. Which of course to some may be quite paganish, but why do you celebrate stuff on Sunday? S-U-N day, not S-O-N day. Anyway. Yeah, and then another one is Ah, A-H, and that, we'll call it a frequency, or vibration, or, that sound that you're creating. Align yourself with love, the energy of love. Now, I'm not going to get into what love is, because that's, it's, instead of trying to find out what love is, trying to find out what love isn't, and that's a different, something for another day anyway. Alrighty, how do I feel? I feel pretty good, yeah, focused, more energy, yeah, obviously what was going on in my mind was certain things that I need to get done, certain things that I'm going to need for my business, to talk about next week to, the dude about my business, helping me with my business plan. So yeah, but other than that, just thoughts would come in and then go. Just again, recognizing that they are a thought and then not getting attached to them. I did have glimpses of no thought, and you can. The beauty of this is that when you get to that no thought, even if it's for one breath or two breaths, you feel it, and it's a really beautiful feeling. Because you're just in the now, and that's gorgeous. It is beautiful. Um, so that's the goal. Is see, actually, there you go. There's my goal. Whether it be at the end of this whole thing or just in general, it's just to get to no thought, which is the goal of meditation anyway, right? To to just be, experience what it's like to just be. And then, believe me, when you catch a glimpse of it, it's gorgeous. Um, it really is. It beats any drug, any physical action of any sort. Um, it's just really nice. Anywho, there you go. That's my Om Tat Sat Om day one, and I'll see you tonight. Let's love each other, take care of each other, feed each other, house each other. Do what we can to just be a loving human race and treat each other like family, like we're in one house, and we want everyone to have the same opportunities. We want everyone to be fed. We want everyone to have a bed. We want everyone to have water. There's something going on in Venezuela at the moment, which, God bless. I hope things get better. But as I've said in the climate change thing, things are not going to get back to the way that they were, because that's just the way cycles go. I'm just going to say this too. Something that I was thinking about. I was trying to say that let's try to let's try to leave a mark. So the next races or the next stages of the earth will remember us. The thing is, there's going to be no, hopefully there'll be masters still who will give knowledge, or maybe they're like in the sacred or the secret doctrine, the sacred doctrine by Helen P. Blavatsky, where she talks about how some of the earliest knowledge of older races was written in caves and all that in Asia. So maybe that's some of the things that we need to think about if we want this point in time to be remembered. Because just Atlantis is laughed at by majority. And Atlantis wasn't, from my understanding, just a continent. Atlantis was that time. Anywho, that's just, yeah, so we may not be remembered, and we shouldn't worry about that. Because we got bigger things to worry about at the time, which is trying to figure ourselves out and how to live peacefully together, let alone what the future races of the human beings are and what they think of us. It's just silly. So let's just focus on this now. If we all get wiped out and we didn't leave anything, that doesn't matter. The fact is we got wiped out, and that's it. It's time for the next group of humans, which I do believe in reincarnation, and that would mean us anyway. For those who want to come back, you would get a chance to do that. You'd still have your karma that you need to deal with, whatever type of person you were. You're gonna have to go through it, but it'll be a different world and different challenges anyway. So anyway, I'm blabbing. That's good. That's got nothing to do with the Om Tat Sat Om, as I do. But we'll talk to you soon. Talk to you tonight. Love you very much. Take care. Bye.